Today we're gonna speak about the pride of Kerala. No, not this one, the other one. Kerala is blessed with a wide variety of dishes. There are a lot of them, and the best part about all these dishes is the fact that they are quite healthy as well as tasty at the same time. But that one dish that scores the least in terms of nutrition is parota. Now all the North Indians out there, I'm not speaking about paratha, I'm speaking about parota, a South Indian delicacy which is often nicknamed as the national food of Kerala. Well, not really, but in a fun way. Although health conscious people don't really prefer this food, mainly because of its oil and maida content, but in terms of beauty, taste and appearance, parota definitely scores 100% marks. Mostly known as a street or a restaurant food, today this same food has reached overseas, and that's the power of us Malayalis.
കഴിക്കാൻ എന്താ വേണ്ടേ? ഒരു പൊക്കം ഫ്രൈയും 3 ചൊറോട്ടയും, അല്ല ഒരു ചിക്കൻ ഫ്രൈയും 3 പൊറോട്ടയും.
But until date, the origin of parota still remains a mystery. As per experts, Kerala never had a centralized food culture, and they were mainly influenced by North Indians and Tamilians. Also, when Nambudris and foreigners came to Kerala for the purpose of trade, they too had a great influence on Kerala's food habits, and many new dishes were introduced. Rice cultivation formally started after the 10th century in Kerala, mainly because of all the suitable climatic conditions. And as per a popular belief, steam cooked food became a part of Kerala's cuisine in the 12th century. Lower caste people usually prepared the liquid porridge, or what we call as kanji in Malayalam. Rice meals were only served on special occasions like Onam and Vishu. Yet Malayalis welcome all dishes and made them a part of their culture. And that's how the Tamil staple dishes like idli, dosa, rasam and sambar became a part of Kerala's culture too. Parota is believed to have originated in the Tamil city of Madurai. And parota too might have reached the same way, and Malayalis accepted it. And today that same adopted food has become the treasure and the pride of Kerala that tastes good with both vegetarian and non-vegetarian curries. And how can we forget the greatest ever combination that God has given us?
ഈ പൊറോട്ടയും ബീഫ് റോസ്റ്റും എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഞങ്ങൾ മലയാളികൾക്ക് അത് വെറും ഒരു ഭക്ഷണമല്ല, ഒരു വികാരമാണ് മച്ചാ. അതായത് ബീഫ് നന്നായിട്ട് വാഷ് ചെയ്തിട്ട് അതിങ്ങനെ ചെറിയ 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 കഷ്ണങ്ങളാക്കിയിട്ട് മുറിക്കും. എന്നിട്ടതിൽ ഇച്ചിരി ഉപ്പ്, ഇച്ചിരി മുളക് പൊടി, ഇച്ചിരി മഞ്ഞൾപ്പൊടി, കുറച്ച് പെപ്പർ, ഇതൊക്കെ ഇട്ടിട്ട് നന്നായിട്ട് ഇങ്ങനെ മിക്സ് ചെയ്യും. ഈ മിക്സ് ചെയ്തിട്ട് അതിങ്ങനെ വേവിക്കും. ഇതിങ്ങനെ വെന്ത് വരുമ്പോൾ കുറച്ച് മല്ലിപ്പൊടി ഇട്ടിട്ട് ഈ വഴറ്റി വെച്ചിരിക്കുന്ന വെളുത്തുള്ളി ഇടും. എന്നിട്ട് കുറച്ച് മസാല ഇട്ടിട്ട് കുറച്ച് വെളിച്ചെണ്ണ അതിൻ്റെ മുകളിൽ താളിച്ചിട്ട് മൂടി വയ്ക്കും. കുറച്ച് കഴിയുമ്പോൾ അതിനൊരു മണം വരും. അപ്പോൾ അതിങ്ങനെ തുറന്നിട്ട് അതിൽ നിന്നൊരു തവി കൊണ്ട് കുറച്ച് ബീഫ് റോസ്റ്റ് എടുത്ത് പ്ലേറ്റിലേക്കിട്ട് നല്ല മുരിഞ്ഞൊരു പൊറോട്ട എടുത്ത് അതിൽ നിന്ന് ഒരു ചെറിയ പീസ് ഇങ്ങനെ കീറിയെടുത്ത് ചാറിൽ മുക്കി ഒരു ബീഫിൻ്റെ കഷ്ണം ഇങ്ങനെ പൊതിഞ്ഞെടുത്ത് ഇങ്ങനെ കഴിച്ചാൽ എനിക്കിപ്പോൾ പൊറോട്ടയും ബീഫ് റോസ്റ്റും വേണം.
But keeping all those informational talks aside, what excites me the most is the process by which a parota is made. Probably no other dish is this much punished. The dough is beaten countless times to make it soft and tasty. Later, small balls are made from this dough in a particular shape, and oil is applied to avoid sticking, and then they are covered with a moist cloth for a while. Now the next step is called as Vishi Adiyal, where each and every ball is thrown and beaten to make it thin. I know some of you might get confused between Vishi Adiyal and laundry because they look the same, right? But hey, trust me, this handmade process has got no other substitute. Later, it is cut into two parts and then they are rolled again. And after half an hour, the rolls are spread like chapati and are heated on tawa, adding oil. And later, they are flipped. Like, look at this dude flipping as if they are donuts. there are different varieties of parotas. The Malabar parota, which is the most common one, the coin parota, which might be the alternate form of Bitcoin in the near future, the wheat parota, which is a square version, the Ceylon parota, which is a wheat parota with 2 layers stuffed with meat, the Kottu parota, which is what you get when the chef is also a drummer, the chili parota, one of the most loved ones because South Indians love spices, and the egg parota, as the name suggests, a Malabar parota with egg stuffed inside. And there are plenty of others too. The milk and the jam parota. Sounds weird, but still. And now last but not the least comes the saddest part. The saddest part is how you eat parota. Irrespective of whichever parota you have ordered, the only way to eat a parota is to rip it off. So what is the point of going through all that process? I know you might be wondering the same just like me. But hey, my dear friends, let me tell you, all that complicated process was just to make the dough soft. And my dear friends, that is what parota teaches us about life. You have to go through all those hardships, failures, heartbreaks and beatings to become the best. Or maybe if you are putting too much of efforts into achieving something, please don't.